Once we do get the go-ahead, though, we'll be heading in, finally, since we've now been together for 3 hours. Here we go. We're going in.
It is Warden Wilson Mutua. Over.
John Wilson, me, and some friends are heading into the Little Aturi Forest.
I'm Jambo, Simba One. Keep your eyes open and drive carefully.
Something right on your side.
Lots of animals.
Roger that, Wilson. We're definitely seeing our first animals. There's one on our left over here, folks. This reddish-brown animal on your left with white stripes. It's pretty close. That is called a bongo. Thank you. You guys are good. Now, bongos, they are known as ghosts of the forest. If you can see their slanted back horns, it helps them run really fast through the brush and the bushes. There's another one on your right-hand side. But if you look a little bit farther out, past that fallen tree, you are going to see a dark brown animal with white stripes on its backside. Now that looks like a zebra, but it's actually called an okapi. Now okapis are not related to the zebra at all. They're actually related to the giraffe. I know, that's what I said. They have the same length of tongue as a giraffe does, 18 inches. Yeah, it's really long. Alright, well we are coming up to a watering hole up here on our left-hand side. And we will stop actually because I do see a black rhino that's right across from this watering hole. Now it's a little bit hard to see though because black rhinos pretty much look like really big rocks with horns, ears, and legs. So see that thing moving around over there by that fallen tree? That's the black rhino. I'll stop for everybody, so just make sure you have your cameras out.
See it, Nancy? They're going to be on that side.
Now, unfortunately, there's only about 4,200 black rhino left in the wild and on reserve, so we really have to help try and protect them from illegal hunters and poachers. But they can charge at about 35 miles per hour and pretty much repel any other predator except for man. So if they're coming your way, I'd definitely jump back in the truck since you're not supposed to be out of the truck anyways. Shame on you. But here in the Little Aturi Forest, animals really like to stay hidden in general because they like to use their natural camouflage. That's why they're in the forest. They're pretty shy. They don't really want anybody to see them. So you'll notice that it's kind of enclosed in here, and we have to look a little bit harder to see them. But if you look on your left-hand side, you are going to see a black and white bird over there. That's called a saddle-billed stork. Now, if you can kind of see it, it is sitting on its knees, so it's not standing up to its highest potential, but when it does stand all the way tall, it's 5 feet tall, and it has a wingspan of 9 feet long. It's really big.
They don't have to for whatever I can get. Why did I come in?
Now we are coming up to the Safi River. Does anybody like hippos? Yeah? Alright, awesome. Because sometimes we can see some hippos here in the water. We'll just have to keep our eyes open. Or closed since the sun is glaring in our eyes. Well, when hippos are first born, they're almost like large lapdogs. Well, I guess 85-pound lapdogs. So if you have a lapdog that's 85 pounds, you have a baby hippo. But when they're fully grown, they can be up to 5,000 pounds. Yeah, that's how big the males can get. Females can get up to about 3,500 pounds. So just keep your eyes open because we might see some. Oh, here's some right behind this island over here on our left. If you look right there, you're going to be able to see some.
See him, Maddie? Behind the big rock. See him?
Once we get up to about halfway up this hill, we will stop so I can take a quick picture. Now, they do like to stay in the water as much as they can because they are really big animals. Like I told you, they want to keep those bodies cool. So they can actually stay underneath the water for up to about 8 minutes at one time, which is a pretty long time. They're also nocturnal animals, so they'll eat up to about 150 pounds of grass at night. So that's why they gain so much weight, I guess. Okay, well, if you do have cameras, I am going to ask you to make sure you definitely have them out, because there's some Nile crocodiles over here on our left. But I am sorry I can't stop across this bridge, because it is one of the oldest bridges in Harambe, and I know it's so ironic that it's right next to the crocodile pit. So we're just gonna go across. But Nile crocodiles, they are stronger and more aggressive than the American alligator. And they can actually chomp their prey in just up to one bite with their jaws. And I know what you're thinking. Wow, Kendall, thanks for sharing that lovely fact with me as we're going across this bridge. That sounds so great. That's okay. I'm here to help.
Simba 1, come in.
This is Simba 1, over.
Just wanted to let you know that my ground patrol has seen a lot of elephant activity near the red lately. You definitely want to check out that area.
Roger that, Wilson. Asante, sign up for the tip. We're definitely going to go out there in just a little bit, but we're going into the savannah now, which is different animals and different ecosystem. And if you look to your right, there's the pre-show for the savannah, because it's a baobab tree. Okay, well, we'll go because the sun's in your eyes. But baobab trees, a lot of people think look like upside-down trees, which I'd have to agree. It kind of looks like the roots are going up and out of the ground. But the most interesting thing about that tree is that it goes about 9 months out of the year looking just like that. There's no leaves or no flowers on it at all. But this is my favorite view of the entire savannah because the Serengeti grasslands that are pretty much a super highway for many migrating animals stretch all the way across East Africa. And this is where some of our most popular animals, lions and elephants, live too. But if you look on your right, and look into the grass, there's little guys laying down, light brown, black striped, white bellies. Those are called Thompson's gazelles, also known as Tommies, but we pretty much shortened their name because they're so short. But they weigh about only 60 pounds. That's as big as they can get. And they're the second fastest land animal, so they can pretty much run faster than everybody because they can run 50 miles per hour, except for one animal they can't outrun. What animal's that? Look, there's a Patterson Zealand out there on your left into the trees if you look out there. That's one of the largest antelope.
See the giraffe? See it way out there, Madison?
Oh, but I do see up here something that you guys are definitely going to want to look at. And there are some giraffes up here on our left-hand side. If you look past all the trees, they're kind of over there just eating the grass. I'll pull up, I'll try to get a good view for everybody, and then I'll stop so you guys can get a really nice picture of some giraffes behind, pretty much. And if you keep looking on your left, you are going to see this really tall mound on your left-hand side. That's actually a termite mound. And it's made out of dirt and saliva from the termites. And like I said, they are really high in protein, which means tonight when we visit with our other ward, that means that we are going to have termites too. It's really delicious and yummy. Also over here on your left-hand side, there are some really, really big animals. And as you can notice, they have really big headgear as well. Those are known as Ankole cattle. And their horns can get as tall as about 6 feet, which is pretty much as tall as a baby giraffe. Apparently they get a little itchy as well. And on your right over there, laying in the grass, that's a water buck.
See, look, Madison, right there. You looking? Look. Stop moping around.
Okay, well I do see another animal on our left. There, it's a darker brown one. It's got white behind, slanted back horns. It's walking around in the grass over there. That's called a sable antelope over there.
See it?
He's actually, well, not that particular one, but sable antelope are on the emblem of our reserve here in Harambe. So if you ever see our emblem, you'll know what the animal is. You can go home and quiz your friends. On your right-hand side, those gray animals over there, those are called white-bearded wildebeests. They're also known as gnu, spelled G-N-U, because they actually make a noise that, if you asked me how to do it, I would assume that it would go, no.
Look, Madison.
Like that. Here's some sable antelope that are a little bit closer. You guys can take a picture. I'll stop so you can get either side. Here we go.